Hello. So for this video I explain how the FastAPI actually starts. So in this video there is a main.py file which is the entry point of the system. This monitoring which is the entry point of the system monitoring application. This file is responsible for starting the FastAPI server. Let's first look at the project structure. We have the API code inside the API folder in app.py file and main.py at the root. Main.py does not contain any business logic, it only starts the application. So here this file imports Unicon, which is an ASGI server used to run FastAPI application. This file, if name main Unicon run this function, this block ensures that the code runs only when this file is executed directly. The important part is API app.py. So this API is our folder and then app is our file name, and this app is the object we have defined in the variable. So that is how our main.py file is. So main.py tells Unicon which FastAPI to start. So to explain the runtime behavior, when I run Python main.py, Python executes this file, Unicon starts a web server, and FastAPI begins listening for HTTP request on port 8000 which we have defined. This file does not know anything about the CPU matrix or memory matrix, it only starts the server. So now let's jump to the API app.py file to see what actually is being served. This file defines the FastAPI routes like matrix, system, matrix, disk, health. So this is the flow. If we write here that first it enters through the main.py file, then Unicon starts it as a web server, and then FastAPI takes the URL, then it executes the function via app object, and API routes help us to execute the function, then function returns the collection of the matrix, and then it takes into the dictionary form, and then FastAPI converts it into the JSON format and it returns. Once the server is running, I can access the API using curl browser. To summarize, main.py is the entry point. It starts Unicon. Unicon runs the FastAPI app. Business logic lives elsewhere. This separation makes the application clean and production ready. Hello. So I'll share the GitHub link where I have stored these files. So till now what I have explained, you can check these files like this is the folder structure. We have API folder, collectors folder. This is not needed right now, and then we have a main.py file. So first we can create the systeminfo.py file where we have collected the Linux data, CPU percentage, memory percentage and all. Then we have API folder where we have app.py file where we are using FastAPI and routing the collected information to user. And then we have third is main.py. So here we are using unicorn, and we are using on host 0.0.0 port 8000, and reload is true. So you can create these files